Pause what you're engaged in. Shut down the extra tabs. Mute every alert. Because what I'm about to disclose about December 21st will alter the way you perceive everything approaching. This is not a random date you casually pass on your calendar. This is another square that fades into the background noise of your routine. December 21st holds a frequency most people will entirely overlook because they're caught in cycles of habit, distraction, and unconscious momentum. Yet you encountered this transmission, and that isn't accidental. Nothing is accidental. And before this ends, you'll know precisely why this moment selected you. Have you ever felt one of those uncommon instances when reality suddenly turns translucent? When the veil grows thin and you glimpse the unseen framework holding everything in place. December 21st exists within that liminal zone. It's a day when the quantum field appears to decelerate just enough for you to step beyond the pattern you've been repeating and observe it from an entirely new perspective. The universe rarely presents these openings. When it does, most people miss them completely. I'm aware of what your rational mind is arguing. How could one date possess any real significance? What makes December 21st different from the 20th or the 22nd? 6 months ago, I would have labeled this as magical thinking. But then I began to notice something gradually, like eyes adjusting to darkness. I started mapping energetic patterns, observing how certain temporal coordinates carry different concentrations of possibility. December 21st is one of those points, a convergence within the field. So where are you standing right now in the terrain of your existence? Not the external labels, the roles, the status, the numbers that supposedly define you. I'm asking you to sense the current beneath all that noise, that steady whisper. Something is misaligned. That recognition you're operating at only a fraction of your capacity. That awareness that you're standing at the edge of something immense. That isn't confusion. It's your deeper intelligence pushing through the conditioned layers of your programmed self. It's signaling that transformation isn't merely possible, it's unavoidable. And December 21st serves as an entryway into that transformation. A threshold that opens a moment you stop pushing against what is already trying to surface. This is where most people get it wrong. They believe evolution happens only after they prepared enough, learned enough, healed enough, achieved enough. But real transformation arises through receptivity, not accomplishment. It happens when you loosen the resistance that has been holding the old pattern in place. When you release your grip on a familiar version of yourself simply because it feels safer than stepping into the unknown. December 21st is about receptivity. It's about approaching your existence with curiosity instead of judgment, with openness instead of tightening. It's about realizing that the level of consciousness that carried you to this point may not be the one that takes you forward. And this is what makes December 21st so powerful. It rests at the boundary of completion. The year is winding down, yet the energy hasn't hardened. There's still movement, still space to alter your direction. It isn't burdened by the forced intention setting of January 1st. It isn't scattered by the restless energy of summer. It's December 21st, subtle, quiet, seemingly ordinary, yet humming with dormant potential most people will never access. Reflect for a moment. When was the last time you felt true coherence? Not happiness, not achievement. Coherence, when every layer of your being moves in unison. No internal resistance, no part of you pulling against another. For many, it's been years. We confuse constant motion with progress, comfort with fulfillment, familiarity with truth. But coherence is your natural frequency. It's not something you earn. It's what remains when you stop obstructing your own evolution. December 21st offers an opportunity to remember that frequency, to return to it, to experience what it feels like when all of you is aligned. And this isn't spiritual fantasy. It's physics. Certain moments function as natural inflection points, when the interference quiets just enough for clear perception. December 21st is one of those moments. The noise of the year begins to settle. The pressure of a new year hasn't arrived yet. The chaos softens, and you can finally detect the signal beneath it. The space between who you've been and who you're becoming feels unusually open. That in-between state is uncomfortable, uncertain, without a roadmap. But it's also where genuine evolution always occurs, where you encounter the part of yourself that have been waiting in the shadows for you to finally turn and face them. Most people avoid this space because it activates every survival mechanism meant to keep them anchored in the familiar. But if this is resonating with you, you're not here by coincidence. December 21st may be the flawed, ordinary, extraordinary moment you've been unknowingly preparing for. What if it isn't asking you to have everything resolved? What if its strength isn't in what you contribute, but in what you're willing to receive when you stop performing and start listening? We've been conditioned to believe transformation demands grand action, vision boards, long-term plans, dramatic overhauls. Yet some of the most profound shifts occur when you simply stop doing the things that keep you disconnected from yourself, when you stop running scripts installed by a world that benefits from your fragmentation. December 21st doesn't arrive with fanfare. It speaks softly. It doesn't ask you to destroy your life. It asks for something far simpler and far more difficult. Be present. Fully inhabit your experience. Ask yourself when you last sat in stillness without reaching for distraction. When did you last feel your breath without trying to manage it? Around December 20th, you may begin to notice the subtle ways you've been abandoning yourself. Agreeing when something inside you is screaming no. Performing emotions you don't actually feel. Choosing familiar dysfunction over unfamiliar peace. This isn't about guilt. It's about clarity, because you can't transform what you refuse to see. December 21st creates space for that recognition without demanding you resolve everything immediately. It's like drawing back curtains you didn't realize were there and witnessing what's been waiting all along. Look at your relationships, the ones that drain you simply by being in your orbit, the ones that feel like duty instead of mutual recognition. On December 21st, these patterns become unusually clear, not because the date is mystical, but because you've allowed yourself to see. And then there are the others, the people whose messages lift your energy before you even read them, the exchanges that expand you. December 21st may reveal how rarely you choose these, how often you select a familiar ache over unfamiliar peace. Here's the reality. Meaningful moments don't provide new information. They uncover what was always there, buried beneath distraction and denial. That restlessness you feel isn't ingratitude. It's your authentic self saying, I've outgrown this. That uncertainty about your direction isn't anxiety. It's intelligence. Recognizing you're following a map created by a version of you who didn't yet know what you know now. December 21st makes these truths harder to mute. Distractions lose their power. Excuses feel empty. You know the thing you've been delaying, the boundary you've been avoiding, the truth you're afraid to voice. December 21st may be the moment you stop asking for permission and begin trusting the intelligence that's been guiding you all along. But the real shift isn't in what you do, it's in the decision. The instant you stop bargaining with what you already know is true. Most people exhaust themselves talking their way out of their own knowing. They construct reasons, not the right time, not enough information. Others might react. December 21st slices through that noise. It dissolves the confusion you've been using to avoid the simplicity of your truth. And when you finally see it, something within you settles into a new frequency. Not because your circumstances shifted, but because you stop resisting what is trying to be born through you. That is why December 21st matters. Not because it's mystical, but because it's accessible. It opens space for the answers you already hold to rise into awareness. The real question isn't whether you believe in significant dates. It's whether you're willing to arrive with enough presence to notice what's unfolding beneath your habits. December 21st is holding that question, waiting for your reply. Let me share something that transformed everything for me. In quantum physics, there is entanglement. Two particles remain connected regardless of distance. You and your highest timeline are entangled. That version of you, fully expressed, fully alive, already exists within the quantum field. December 21st is when the distance between who you are and who you're becoming collapses, when that entanglement becomes conscious. Most people live unaware of this. They believe their dream life exists somewhere ahead, something to pursue, but it's already here, in superposition with your current reality. You simply haven't collapsed the wave function yet. You haven't made the observation that brings that timeline into form. And December 21st is when the membrane between timelines grows unusually thin. When you can feel the pull of the version of you who refuses to play small, who doesn't dim their light, who doesn't apologize for occupying space. Think about the decisions you've been postponing, ending a stagnant relationship, leaving a job that drains your soul, speaking a truth that may unsettle others but preserves your integrity. These moments create branching paths. Most people freeze trying to calculate the optimal outcome, but the outcome isn't determined by the choice itself. It's determined by resonance. Which path aligns with who you're becoming? December 21st invites you to feel that resonance, to stop thinking your way through decisions and start sensing your way through them. Your body already knows the constriction in your chest when you imagine staying, the expansion when you picture leaving. That is data. Yet you've been conditioned to override your somatic intelligence with mental justification. December 21st is when you stop doing that. There's another dimension to this. Time isn't linear. Past, present, and future coexist. When you make a new choice on December 21st, you're not only shaping what comes next, you're also recontextualizing what came before. Failures turn into preparation. Missteps uncover meaning. This is retrocausality. Your future self sending signals backward through time. Those intuitive nudges, that's your future self communicating. December 21st is when that channel widens, but only if you become quiet enough to receive it. Most people miss this, not because access isn't available, but because they're so identified with their current narrative that they filter out anything that challenges it. They label intuition as fantasy. They remain confined inside the limits of their own self-concept. December 21st is your opportunity to step outside that confinement, to recognize that your self-concept is a story, not reality. And the moment you're willing to question that story, everything begins to shift. Let me be clear. The version of you who hears this and takes no action, that is a choice. The version who agrees intellectually but doesn't move, that is a choice. Both lead to a timeline where a year from now you're still asking, why hasn't my life changed? But there's another version, the one who listens with their entire being, the one who decides right now that December 21st is the pivot point, not because of external magic, but because they finally chose themselves. They chose alignment over comfort, truth over familiarity, evolution over stagnation. That version of you already exists in the quantum field. The only thing separating you from them is a collapse of the wave function. And December 21st is when that happens. So here you are. December 21st is still ahead, holding space. It isn't demanding anything. It's simply offering an opening to anyone ready to step through. You receive the transmission. But awareness only matters if you act on it. Right now, pause for 10 seconds. Breathe. Ask yourself, what's been trying to get my attention that I've been avoiding? Don't push for an answer. Just ask, welcome back. What surfaced? It likely wasn't new. But December 21st is your invitation to stop pretending you don't already know. Maybe you'll mark the date on your calendar. Maybe you'll sit in stillness that day and listen. Maybe you'll finally make the call, draw the boundary, take the step. Or maybe you won't. But if 6 months from now you're standing in the same place, remember this moment. Remember that you were offered a choice. December 21st isn't meaningful because of the date itself. It's meaningful because you're ready to meet it. The question isn't belief. It's whether you trust yourself enough to recognize opportunity when it arrives quietly, without spectacle, when it's just you and the truth you already.